Okay, so then this is test 3, problem number 8. God bless you. Let's read the problem. Who would like to read the problem? Go ahead, Alondra. Thank you.
The equation above is used to model the relationship between the number of cups and of hot chocolate sold per day in a coffee shop, and the average daily temperature T in degrees Fahrenheit. According to the model, what is the meaning of 3 in the equation?
Okay, so then what is recommended is that you underline after the last comma, you're going to find the question. So what is the meaning of the 3 in the equation? So I always answer the question asked, AQA, okay? Answer the question asked. So what is the meaning of the 3 in the equation? So what do you think the 3 represents? Which is for every decrease of 1 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 more cups of hot chocolate would be sold. Yes, and that was the answer. It was D. So because 3 times T, and T is, the number 3 more cups of hot chocolate would be sold. So T being 3 times, so T being the temperature, right? T is the temperature. So for every, and is minus, so minus means decreasing. So for every degree, whatever the T is, 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, whatever the number of degrees, God bless you, is decreasing, you're going to have 3 more cups of hot chocolate that is going to be sold. And that was it. So those are the key words. The minus, it's subtraction, decrease, and T is a temperature, in this case is decreasing. Okay. Next problem, number 9. In number 9 it says, okay, Alisa, would you please read that problem? Thank you, Alisa.
A truck enters a stretch of road that drops 4 meters in elevation for every 100 meters along the length of the road. The road is at 1,300 meters elevation where the truck entered when the truck is traveling at 60 meters per second on the road. What is the elevation of the road in meters at the point where the truck passes T seconds after entering the road?
Okay, so then the question, and let me underline it. What is the elevation of the road? So this is a question. So what is the elevation of the road in meters at the point where the truck passes T seconds after entering the road? Okay, so then when I approach something like this, I go ahead and start by the beginning. It says a truck enters a stretched road that drops 4 meters in elevation. So it's minus 4. Okay, minus 4 meters for every 100 meters. So for every 100 meters, so 4 out of 100. Drops means minus. Okay, when we're talking about elevation, that means that is minus that. It says the road is at 1,300 meters elevation where the truck enters. So where it started, the beginning of when the trucks entered that road is 1,300 meters. So it's 1,300. Okay, the road. And then it says the truck is traveling at 16 meters per second. Okay, so then this is how many meters per second. So here it's time, and this rate, because this is a rate, times 16. So times 16. So it's 16 times the rate, and this is times time. And time, we're talking about time being in seconds. And see here, it's given in seconds. So T is in seconds. So all we have to do here is multiply the rate times, the 16, and then just simplify it. So if you simplify that, 1,300, see, 16 times 4, and then divided by 100, because that's what this represents, over 1. So what is 16 times 4? That would be 64. So this is 1,300 minus 64 out of 100. And every time it's out of 100, what are we supposed to do with the number on the top? Move the decimal twice to the left. So when you move that to the left, it's going to be 1,300 minus 0.64 because the decimal is at the end, so you move it twice to the left, so it's 0.64, and then t. And that gives you the answer to be B. So 9 is B. Okay. And now question number 10. In number 10, it says if f of x minus 1 is 2x plus 3, for all values of x, what is the value of f of negative 3? Well, what I can do, I can say, well, you know what? The inside of the function is supposed to be negative 3. So what I can do, I can say, well, you know what? X minus 1 is supposed to be negative 3. So what would x be so that I can go into that function and let x be that? Well, how do I leave the x by itself here? What should I do? Add 1 to both sides, that's right. So x is negative 2. So what I need to find out is what is, when I substitute the x to be negative 2 and then simplify that. So here I can say f of negative 3 is, so I'm going to substitute, instead of x, I'm going to put negative 2 and then plus 3. Okay, because I'm letting the inside be equals to this right here, and it tells me that x is supposed to be negative 2. And then I just simplify, I just substitute. Okay, so when I substitute 2 times negative 2, negative 4 plus 3, negative 1. So f of negative 3 is negative 1, and that is D. Okay, so that's the process that you need to follow when you do something like that. And yes, you're going to have something like that on the quiz tomorrow, so make sure that you do what I just did, okay? The inside equals to the inside, solve for the x, and then come back to the function and substitute whatever that x is equals to. Number 11. And number 11 says, which of the following is equivalent to s minus t times s over t? Well, in this problem, what they want you to do is to practice to see if you know how to multiply by binomial, by a fraction, okay? So when you multiply that, let me just put it like that. Let me just copy the problem. What you can do is put the whole number, because that's considered like a whole number, over 1. Then when you multiply this, you're going to have to distribute s times s, which is s squared. S times negative t is negative st. And then 1 times t is over t. Now something over t, well, that means that this is over t and this is over t. So I can separate it. I can say, well, that is the same thing as s squared over t minus st over t. Can you simplify something there? The t on the second term, right? So t divided by t is just 1. So that simplifies as s squared over t minus s. And that would be C. 11 is C. So that was number 11. Okay, so any questions about this page? So far so good? Okay, so I'm going to have to stop it.